Hey, this is Chad with eXp Realty here in Sheridan, Wyoming, and have the housing market update for the month of June. It's been kind of a stop and go market all year, and things have definitely been interesting. But we're starting to see a little bit of normalizing, and things starting to kind of get balanced out here. We've got some interesting numbers and trends to look at for the month of June. We'll go ahead and jump right into this right now and take a look at some of the numbers. Sales to list ratio has been about 1 to 1. Closed sales is the biggest kind of discrepancy we've seen. Normally, as we get into May, June, July, those are some of the busiest times of the year, and it's pretty shocking to see that we're down 13 units of compared to last year, and down 32% of closed sales. That's been kind of interesting to watch. So I think that's just more of an indicator that things are kind of starting to slow down a little bit, normalize. It's definitely not going to, fall through and have any major drop offs, but it's definitely a number to kind of keep an eye on of things kind of leveling out and kind of going back to a decelerating back to a somewhat normal levels. And that kind of ties into the median sale price. Pretty rare that we see a dip in the median sale price of 3% here in one of the busiest times of the year. So typically we'll see that in some of the winter months and that, but getting into the summer. So again, that's just more of an indicator that things are starting to kind of slow down a little bit. Average days on the market's about the same, between 35 and 40, and then active inventory we've got we're up 31%. So buyers are going to have more to choose from. We've been, sellers have been kind of, we've been trying to gauge, where the market's going to be with appreciation. And so now you're going to start to see prices kind of come down because we're starting to see, a slowing of kind of that major acceleration of appreciation we've had over the last few years. And again, as you look at the monthly supply, normal balanced market here in most markets is a 6 month inventory. We're at 5.18 right now. That's an increase of 56%. So as we creep closer to that 6%, that's more of kind of a balanced market, but still a seller's market. But buyers, I can tell you, for the most part, even on some of the listings that I've had, buyers are definitely taking their time. They got more to choose from, and if it's not exactly what they want, they're waiting and finding the right one. And we'll talk about interest rates here in a little bit, but we've kind of been expecting interest rates to be cut here the last in the spring, and they haven't raised them, so that's been good. But we were kind of hoping for a couple cuts. But Fed chair had some strong indication that they're looking at going to be dropping those soon, especially now that we're getting into election season as well. So we'll kind of look at some of the national slides here as well. I'm going to hide myself here, make it a little easier to see. But so here's the home 24 home price forecast from all the kind of major industry experts. On average, before kind of the 2020 fiasco, appreciation was about 6% or so. And the last few years we've seen anywhere from 6% to 25 to even more percent, depending on the location and that. So, again, kind of normalization of normal appreciation prices and not so crazy like it has been. Okay, and here's just to look at the months of inventory over the years from 1999. All the housing crash in 2008. You had an influx in inventory, which led to the buyer's market, and then you have the almost reversal. Of things flip into quite the opposite of not a lot of homes on the market at all in a major seller's market, and you can see things starting to trend back up to a neutral, balanced market. Okay, so again, we've been hoping for the interest rates to be cut. They're still predicting that interest rates are going to go down here, and it's we'll look at some of the next slide here of how the elections will definitely affect that. But everybody's still predicting that we'll at least maybe get 2 cuts here before the end of the year, and we'll kind of keep an eye on those. And so if that's something that as a buyer you're looking at, that'll definitely help you to get into a home. But like I said before, if you're able to, all your finances are lined up with the appreciation, you can always refinance later. If you look at the numbers, the amount of appreciation that you can get getting into a home now, that far outweighs, waiting to buy. But again, you want to make sure that you're comfortable with everything you're able to buy, and not putting yourself in a financial strain. But so that's we're looking for a couple interest rate cuts, and so hopefully that'll help some buyers that get in the market, and then for the sellers, we've had some homes sit on the market a little bit longer as things start to slow down. So that'll be a good boost here, hopefully in July and August. Okay, so here's some interesting numbers from a lot of the industry experts are predicting here in September and in December of those couple rate cuts. So everybody's that's what everybody's pretty much expecting here from all those major agencies. So again, we'll kind of keep our fingers crossed. We haven't seen one yet, but they haven't rose either. So again, we'll keep our fingers crossed on that. And as we get into the election season, um, these are some interesting stats from 1980 to 2020, where as we get closer to the election, everybody just kind of puts things on hold, especially buyer wise. So buyers put things on hold just to wait and see what's going to happen, especially is so much uncertainty in the affordability that we're in now. Buyers are kind of sitting back, and this just shows you that a lot of times there's a lot of price cuts in the market leading up to the election, just because buyers are kind of putting things on hold until the dust settles. And then on the flip side, after the election, you start to see those housing prices go back up, because no matter what happens in the election, everybody at least kind of knows where they're going to stand, and prices start to creep back up, go back to normal levels there too. So that's what you can kind of expect for the elections, and some of the interest rates that we're hoping we'll get a couple cuts here and make it a little bit more affordable for everybody. I'm going to take you real quick and show you in the newsletter. I got a couple links that I think are helpful for you, and just want you to check out. So, if you have a home that's under the $500,000 mark and you want to kind of see every month that homes that are sold, you guys can click on that link, and it'll show you all the homes under 500,000 that's sold. You can click on those links, get all the details on the homes, take a look at them, condition, things like that, and kind of see, if you have a home kind of in that market, you keep an eye on, kind of those market trends for, home appreciation, and maybe those homes that are being sold in your area too. So be sure to check that out. And for the homes over 500,000, same thing. You just go ahead and click on that. And also have every 3 or 4 months, we'll have seasonal guides for you as well. And so that's just a ton of updated information with everything that's going on for both buyers and sellers. And honestly, even if you're 1 to 2, 5 years out, you can never really get started too early with this stuff and planning. And the more prepared you are, the more successful you're going to be as both a buyer and a seller. So yeah, be sure to check those out. And so a lot of good information. Market's kind of shifting and changing, both nationally and here in our market as well. And I think Sheridan's always kind of a few, about 6 months or so behind kind of the national market, but still high in demand as well. So kind of keep an eye on all that stuff, but definitely kind of leveling out where we're getting a little bit more inventory, and buyers got a little bit more to choose from, and definitely being particular on taking their time, which is good in a way for having a little bit more time, because it's been pretty crazy here the last few years. And sellers, it's more important now than ever as things are kind of shifting, to make sure we get the homes priced right, and then be able to adapt as things continue to change as well. So hope all that information is helpful, and feel free to reach out anytime, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.